Hi there, Carrie from Stamp with CT. Welcome on into our Facebook Live. It's May 20th, y'all. Can you believe that? I can't. That just is crazy that we're already up to May 20th. You may hear some munching and crunching in the background. That's Colonel, the crafty pup. He's been with me in my craft room most of the day, except for when we've been running back and forth doing laundry and other things, other duties as assigned, as we like to call them, right? So this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Texas, and I'm excited to be with y'all today. We are going to spend just a few minutes crafting together, and it's one of my favorite times of the week to be able to spend some time together. Now, before we get started, I noticed, and I'm going to try this little trick that I've learned. My shoulders were up around my ears, and so I need to relax a little bit before we start stamping. So I learned this technique where you can take a deep breath in for about 4 seconds, hold it about a second, and then let it out for about 5 seconds. And it's amazing what it will do to get just relax you and get that tension out. So we're going to do that real quick. I know a couple weeks ago we smiled really big, and that's one of my other techniques that I like to use, but I'm not stressed. I think I was just running around, and next thing I knew I was a little bit tense. So especially when you get ready to craft and you're going to have fun, get that tension out. So take a nice deep breath in and hold it for about a second. That helps. And you can do that a couple of times too. And you've probably seen people do that before, but we want to be nice and relaxed when we're stamping, right? Well, we're glad you're here with us today. As I said, Colonel the Crafty Pup is in here, so you may hear him walking around, crunching on his little duck treat that Becca brought him. He likes those, Becca. So glad to have you here. We're going to make a quick card today with a bundle called Ouch. And it's a really cute little bundle. I'm pretty sure this was an online exclusive. Pretty sure is in the May online exclusive. So you have the stamp set, which gives you a couple of Band-Aids. I love that it has the little hearts and flowers that go along with it. I guess that's the dice. I knew that didn't look right. You've got the flowery Band-Aid, which you can find all kinds of fancy Band-Aids. It's got the one that has all the detail to it, and then just, I guess, just a regular old Band-Aid. It's got a couple of greetings, and then it also has a couple flowers and also a little heart. So this is a really sweet set to have in your collection, and then these are the dies. I went ahead and took them out of the packaging because I think you can see them a little bit better. And you can see it's a small die set, but it does the job. So you've got your flower dies and your little heart die. And then you've got the 3 sizes of Band-Aid. And this small one is the one that we're going to be using today. I'll bring it nice and close so you can see it has all the detail already built in, whereas you're just cutting the shape out of the others. So this is a great little set to have in your collection because a lot of times we need a little get well card, you know, feel better soon, or just ouch when somebody has an accident or something. So this is a cute little set, and that's what we're going to do today is make a card with it. Now I chose to pull in the Lovely Stripes embossing folder, and this is one that puts a really deep impression into your paper. I'm choosing to use a black card base today. I'll see what y'all think about my color combo, but I'm choosing to use a black card base. Black cardstock seems to hold up pretty well to this, as does thick basic white, but some of the colors of cardstock, like the yellows and the pinks, there's something about, I guess, the dye, the fibers, and how they combine, and so some of the cardstock, it actually cuts into it, and you don't want that. So I did get told a tip, and I'm sorry I don't remember where I saw this or who told me, but if you spritz your cardstock with water before you run it through, I think it may have been Debbie or Cheryl that shared that with me, then it won't cut into it. So you can still use this with all of your cardstock, it's hard with designer series paper because it puts such a deep impression. I don't know that the impression's going to show up super well on the black, maybe up against the flat black. But I just wanted something in the background on this card, and that's what I chose to use. And then we are going to pull in just our basic rhinestone jewels. These have been around forever. I've been a demonstrator for 13 years, and I have been using basic rhinestones all those years, and I just love them. Okay, I did go ahead and do some prep ahead of time like I typically do. So I have some Band-Aids cut out and some hearts. Now, I will tell you, where I work, our colors are black and red. And so maybe that's why my mind went to this color palette, color combo for this card. And after I got done, I thought I could have made that light and bright. But this is what I chose to do, so y'all can let me know what you think. We are going to grab, I've got one little heart here that does not have a dimensional on it. And I'm just going to get my glue, just a tiny little dot of glue, hopefully. Well, I say I am. Get my glue going. I just want a tiny dot of glue, or maybe even, no, my glue stopped up. That's not good, and I don't want to squeeze it out on that. Give me just a second, please. Sorry about that. Let me grab a scrap out of the trash and see if I can get my glue going. Or I may just grab another glue. Goodness knows I have plenty of glue in this craft room. We'll just grab another bottle. That doesn't usually happen. I bet I don't have it down inside my glue holder very well. And now this one's going to be stopped up too. I hope y'all are having a good day. We've had a super good day here. Colonel is doing really well. Oops, there we go. Just don't want too much glue. Just a little bit. Because we're going to do this inside panel and get it in there. And then we'll work on the outside. I just thought it would be fun to put a little heart down here in the corner. Okay, now let's see if we can't get this inside panel going. I have had a couple of questions recently about the dot, dot, not a lot method that we use for putting glue on, especially like when Dale is doing reels. And yes, that's all the glue that it takes. It really is. And that's really the amount we use. And we just find, especially with the liquid glue, that that is sufficient. And it keeps you from making a mess. We like to put the dots in the corners and down the middle, then you have the sides to hold on to. Okay, I think we'll let that dry and we'll build on this little panel right quick. Now, another little tip I have for you, especially when you're making multiples or you're working on things and you don't want to lose small pieces, I have already put some dimensionals on the back of these Band-Aids in my hearts, and then I just stuck them down on a silicone craft sheet. So I've already peeled the back off of them. And we do that a lot when we're making reels and we want to kind of make sure we can move quickly, but that's something that I do to keep up with my pieces too, because I don't want to lose my little Band-Aids, I don't want to lose my little hearts. And I thought I would show you, I know a lot of you know, but we call the pieces around the edges of your dimensionals, you know, you can pull off the little dots of dimensionals and use them, but you've also got the pieces around the edges. Don't forget to use those. When I first started crafting, I did throw them away. Didn't know any better. But you can use those, and we call them the bones. And so I just cut into this one and took some of the bones and put a little dot behind there. Of course, we also have the mini dimensionals option too that you can use. So I'm just going to stick these little Band-Aids on. And now I have not made this card just yet. You're making it with me. But I kind of have the thought process that they'll kind of be a little bit wonky. I know that's not for everyone, but that's what my brain wants to do. And then we're going to come in here with our little hearts. And I do have an actual dimensional on the back of them. I think that that's going to be okay though. We'll kind of pop our heart in between those places. And I did grab my Wink of Stella. I thought I did. There's my bone folder. There's my take your pick tool. Where's my Wink of Stella? There he is. I thought we could put a little Wink of Stella on our hearts. And I like to do that once I've already placed them on my project, especially when I use dimensionals because they're raised up. So again, may not show super well on camera, but it adds a little sparkle. And we do have shimmer brushes now. I just got mine in Friday and I haven't taken the time to really play with them just yet. But that adds a little bit of shine. Now, these Band-Aids are cut from the new Barely Blush in color cardstock. Y'all let me know what you think. I don't think they're Band-Aid brand Band-Aids with the Barely Blush, maybe dollar store Band-Aids. But it works. It's okay. And we're going to put this whole piece on there. But before I do that, I want to do a little stamping because my sentiment, ooh, I may have kind of played myself here. I think I still have room for my sentiment. Maybe not where I was initially thinking I would put it. But let's bring our stamping station in. And we're going to stamp Feel Better Soon. Now I'm using our new Archival Black ink, and this is still a fairly new ink pad, so it does close really tightly. That's the best way that I've found, is to pull it from the side like that, almost like a clamshell, to open it up. I do find that this takes a little bit more to make sure that it's inked up than when I was using Memento Tuxedo Black or Stays On Jet Black. So be sure that you ink it up really well. And I think I got it inked up a lot. Oops, I touched down before I intended to. Let's see how that plays out for us. A little wonky. And I don't think I got it inked up great. So kind of move across your pad, make sure that you're tapping and inking up. I'm still learning with these newer ink pads like this one, and then our felt pads in the classic ink. And I'm thinking I'm liking them. But on this hybrid ink, that looks pretty good. We'll go with that one. On this hybrid ink, you can use it when you're watercoloring or when you're using your Stampin' Right markers, which are alcohol markers. And I do store it where the ink pad is facing down, so the ink will be towards the surface of the pad. Let me put that over on my chamois. And then, I think I can go ahead and move this guy. I do have a piece, and you do want to let that dry a little bit longer. I'm not being careful enough, probably. You want to let that dry a little bit longer than our classic water-based ink, where it can smear a bit. So we'll go ahead and put some glue on this. And I just thought we would kind of mimic the red from the hearts. And that looks like it went right into place. Living right, aren't we? Maybe it's off just a tiny bit, but I'm not going to mess with it because I think we did good. So let's put a couple of dimensionals on the back of that. And maybe I'll challenge myself, since like I said, I don't know about my color combo. Once I did it, y'all let me know what you think. But oh man, with the flowers, you could make such a fun, bright, and cute card. And I don't have anyone necessarily in mind for this card, but it's nice to have them in our stash, isn't it? So especially get well cards, sympathy cards, even if you kind of stick with the same layout, it's fun to go ahead and get them created, have them in your stash, and then that way when you actually need the card, it's ready to go. All right. So now I think we're going to bring our Feel Better Soon. I'm going to have to be a little bit more strategic. Need to bring it either all the way down or up a bit. I think we're going to go up a bit. See if that'll fit in that little, I don't think I like that. I think we'll come back down. Try that. Let me see if I got that somewhat straight. Okay. What do y'all think of those Fairly Blush little Band-Aids? I thought they were kind of cute. That still looks wonky to me. I think we're going to go with it though. Could be my stamping, could be my cutting. Okay, now we're ready to add this to the front of our card. And so it's just a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece. And because it's embossed, we'll add a little more glue than we typically would, kind of spread it out a little bit. But what I was telling someone that I was messaging with the other day that questioned that, when you use the dot, dot, not a lot, when you put that glue there and you press it down onto your card base, it does spread out and kind of get embedded in the fibers. So yes, I do feel like that is plenty of glue. Okay. And now I want to grab those rhinestones, because I do think even with having the Wink of Stella, we still want a little bit more shine, because shiny is our favorite color. That's my favorite color. So maybe 1 or 2 up here in this negative space. And we'll go with some of the bigger. And then we'll come down here and grab one of these little guys to go on this heart. And you know, we could probably put 5 on this card, I think. We can add 1 here. And maybe 1 more little one. In this area beside our other heart. Okay, y'all let me know what you think, but our card is done. So we've got our little Band-Aid card. Feel Better Soon. Don't forget, we've got the heart on the inside too. I think that turned out pretty cute. Such a cute little stamp and die set. Really, really like it. So let me bring it back in right quick, just to remind you. Of the stamps and dies. So cute. And it's called Ouch. And it's available right now. Okay, let me push that out of the way, because I do have a piece of Happy Mail. And I wanted to show you, when I took it out of the mailbox, this is the side that I saw, and I immediately knew, oh, I got a handmade card. Super, super, super exciting. I love getting handmade cards. Y'all know that. And this adorable card comes from my amazing friend Lisa. Many of y'all know Lisa. And this is just so, so cute. And I just love that she made the matching envelope. So cute, y'all. So just know we need to be sending those cards, don't we? It is so much fun to craft and create, but we also need to be sending those cards. So if you make a project and you're just so in love with it, you want to hold on to it for yourself, make 2 of them. Make 2 of the very same card. Keep one for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But be sure to send another card out into the world to make a difference for somebody. There's a lot of people out there hurting right now, and we have a superpower of making cards and making people happy with our handmade cards. So be sure that you're sending those out into the world. Okay, that's it for today. I'm going to see you again next week, and I hope you have a wonderful week full of crafting. Bye, y'all.